All right, here's a classic half-life problem. It says the half-life of a radioactive isotope is 7 days. If 5.6 kilograms are present now, how much will be present in T days and then in 13 days? So first I'm going to do T days, and then I'm going to do 13 days. We're going to come up with an equation, then we're going to simplify it or solve it for a particular example. So this is one of those deceptively simple problems. Here's how you do half-life. You're going to take your initial amount and you're going to multiply it by 1/2 every 7, in this case, 7 days. So if D equals 7, how many times did I multiply my amount by 1/2?
7.
I multiplied it 1 time. If D equals 7, because what's 7 over 7?
1.
1, which means I'm multiplying by 1/2 1 time.
Mm-hmm.
If D equaled 14, how many times do I multiply it by 1/2?
2.
2 times. So that's what's happening here, as just an example. And so this is the amount. The amount equals A sub 0, the original amount, times 1/2 to the D, or the T really is what we would say, because they want it in T. T is in days, right? So our original amount in this case is 5.6. So in 7 days, how much of that isotope is going to be left? We'll look at what this function does. Plugging in 7 there turns this into, how many times am I multiplying by 1/2? I'm multiplying 1 time by 1/2. In other words, I'm taking half of 5.6, which is, what, half of 5.6?
2.3. No, 2.8.
2.8. So in 7 days, I'll have 2.8. And then what if it was 14 days later? If T was 14, what essentially am I doing? I'm multiplying by 1/2. How many times?
Twice.
Twice. Once was going to give me 2.8, and then doing it again is take half of it again.
So 1.4.
1.4. That's what will happen after 14 days, etc., etc. And so the problem is, it's not always pretty numbers, pretty multiples of 7 that you're dealing with. So when you have this formula here, it doesn't matter what number you plug in there. The formula is going to do the trick for you. It's going to give you so that's the T days answer that they're looking for, and then the amount after 13 days is going to be equal to 5.6 times 1/2 to the 13 over 7. So it's close to that number we were talking about, whatever that number was at 1.4. It's going to be close to 1.4, but it's going to be, what, more or less than 1.4?
A little less. A little more.
It's going to be a little more because it's only decomposed for 13 days, not 14 days. So take your calculator out, punch that in carefully into your calculator, and you'll get the answer. I'll leave that for you to do.